Week 15 in the NFL, and we are here in Minnesota for the Miami Dolphins and the Minnesota Vikings from Minneapolis, Minnesota. Today is a game that has playoff implications written all over it. Minnesota currently holds the 6th seed in the NFC, and the Miami Dolphins are still in the hunt for a playoff spot. Let's take a look at the current AFC playoff picture. The Kansas City Chiefs still lead the Houston Texans with a win last night, move themselves into the 3 seed at the moment. New England and Pittsburgh round out the top 4. The 2 wild cards, Los Angeles Chargers, who have already clinched the playoff spot, and the Baltimore Ravens are the 6th seed. In the hunt, Indianapolis Colts, Miami Dolphins, Tennessee Titans, Cleveland Browns, Denver Broncos, and Cincinnati Bengals. And in the NFC, New Orleans Saints, 1st seed, Los Angeles Rams are the 2nd seed, Chicago Bears, and the 3rd seed, and Dallas Cowboys rounds out the top 4. The wild card, Seattle Seahawks 8-5, and the Minnesota Vikings 6-1 in the hunt. Carolina Panthers, Philadelphia Eagles, Washington Redskins, Green Bay Packers, Tampa Bay Buccaneers, New York Giants, Detroit Lions, and Atlanta Falcons. It should be a good one here today as the NFL on Boston Sports Network continues in a moment.
Can deliver same day?
Guess it's true, I'm not good at a one-night stand, but I still need love, 'cause I'm just human. These nights never seem to go to plan. I don't want you to leave, will you hold my hand? Oh, won't you stay with me? 'Cause you're all I need. And this ain't love, it's clear to see. But darling, stay with me. Why am I so emotional? No, it's not a good look, gain some self-control. Deep down I know this never works, but you can lay with me so it doesn't hurt. Oh, won't you stay with me? 'Cause you're all I need. And this ain't love, it's clear to see. But darling, stay with me. Oh, won't you stay? Oh, won't you stay? Oh, won't you stay with me? 'Cause you're all I need. This ain't love, it's clear to see. But
We are back in Minnesota as we look at today's games and today's slates. But let's first start with before today on Thursday night. Chargers hang on to beat the Chiefs, coming back from a 28-14 deficit to win 29-28 on a 2-point conversion at the end of the game to beat the Chiefs. Yesterday, Texans narrowly hold on to beat the Jets 29-22. Browns and Broncos 17-16. The Browns win that one. As all three games were a touchdown or less difference. Wow. Today at 1 o'clock, I'll take a look at the 1 o'clock games. Cardinals and Falcons at 1 o'clock. Raiders and Bengals. Cowboys and Colts. Buccaneers and Ravens. Lions, Bills, Packers, Bears. Redskins and Jaguars. Titans and Giants. At the 4:05 time slot, it's the Seahawks and 49ers. The 4:25 time slot, the Patriots and Steelers. The 8:20 game on Sunday Night Football, the Eagles and Rams. And Monday night, Saints and Panthers and NFC South showdown. And don't forget our game, Dolphins and Vikings, coming up at 1 o'clock right here on Boston Sports Network. So let's talk a little bit more about today's games. Buccaneers-Ravens, that one has a huge implication today as the Ravens try to stay alive as they're in the hunt for a playoff spot. They have a playoff spot right now in the wild card, but they have not clinched anything yet. They need to continue winning to secure that playoff spot. It's Indianapolis, Miami, and Tennessee are all behind them with records of 7-6. Cleveland's behind them with 6-7-1 with a slim chance to make the playoffs. Broncos and Cincinnati are also still in there at 6-8 and 5-8. So the must-win game for Baltimore if they want any chance of making the playoffs. Because if they lose, any of those 3 7-8 teams could take over that wild card spot if they do indeed win. Another big game today, Packers-Bears. Packers trying to keep their slim playoffs hopes alive, with the Bears trying to continue the dominance in the NFC North. Seahawks looking for another win to try to clinch the division today in the NFC West, as they've done a dominating year or a lack of dominance in the NFC West, whatever your perspective on it is. Eagles-Rams. Rams have already clinched and are just looking for the first round bye today. And there are several case scenarios where the Saints and the Rams could clinch the first round bye today. And Eagles can't afford to lose another game, or they'll drop to 2 games below 500. Cowboys and Colts. Cowboys can win the division today with a W or another loss in the NFC East. Those are today's important games presented by me. We'll be back right after this. You're watching the NFL pre-game show on Boston Sports Network.
When your legs don't work like they used to before, and I can't sweep you off of your feet, will your mouth still remember the taste of my love? Will your eyes still smile from your cheeks? And darling, I will be loving you till we're 70. And baby, my heart could still fall as hard at 23. And I'm thinking about how people fall in love in mysterious ways. Maybe just the touch of a hand. Me, I fall in love with you every single day. And I just wanna tell you I am. So honey, now Kiss me under the light of 1,000 stars. Place your head on my beating heart. I'm thinking out loud that maybe we found love right where we are. When my hair's all gone and my memory fades, and the crowds don't remember my name, when my hands don't play the strings the same way, I know you will still love me the same. 'Cause honey, your soul can never grow, it's evergreen. Baby, your smile's forever in my mind and memory. I'm thinking about how people fall in love in mysterious ways. Maybe it's all part of the plan. I'll just keep on making the same mistakes, hoping that you'll understand. But baby, now take me into your loving arms. Kiss me under the light of 1,000 stars. Place your head on my beating heart. I'm thinking out loud, baby, we found love right where we are. La, 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 la. So baby, now take me into your loving arms. Kiss me under the light of 1,000 stars. Oh darling, place your head on my beating heart. I'm thinking out loud, maybe we found love right where we are. Maybe we found love right where we are. Maybe we found love right where we are.
Welcome back to the studio as we get ready for kickoff. It's time for today's picks. So here we go. We'll start on the 1 o'clock slates. Cardinals and Falcons. This is going to be it's not really an important game for either side. Falcons have a slim chance of making the playoffs, and the Cardinals have already been eliminated. But I'm going to pick the Falcons just because they have Matt Ryan. They have a better offense and a better running game than the Cardinals do. They have a better defense. I think that Falcons just had an off year this year. I think they're the better team, and I think they're going to win 21-17. It's going to be close, but the Falcons have that edge. Raiders and Bengals, another slugfest kind of game today at 1 o'clock. I'm going to take the Bengals in this one at home just because they're at home. The Ravens have been horrible this year. All around, not really good. They'll be getting rid of all their good players. I picked the Bengals to win this one 24-17. It's going to be close. It's not going to be it's going to be a close game. Cowboys and Colts. I'm going to pick the Cowboys to win this one 28-21. It's going to be a 7-point Cowboy win. No field goals in that game. Buccaneers, Ravens. I'm going to pick the Ravens to win 34-13. 34-13. It's not going to be close, I do not think. I think the Ravens are just, their defense is just overpowering what they're doing with Lamar Jackson. They're going to score 34 today. Lions and Bills, not really a cutting game, but I'm picking the Lions here. That's one of Matt Patricia's team, Matt Patricia's squad. 17-10. Packers and Bears. I'm going to take the Bears. They got beat the first time by Packers, but the Packers have a new head coach in town, and they're just not, the chemistry isn't there with the Packers. And the Bears have been hitting their stride all season long. I'm taking the Bears. It's gonna be a low scoring 24-20. Bears over the Packers. It's gonna be a close one. Redskins, Jaguars. I'm taking the Jaguars here at home. Taking the Jaguars here at home. 27-24. Titans, Giants. I'm taking the Titans this one. 35-17. Seahawks, 49ers. I'm taking Seahawks. This one. 27-10. Patriots, Steelers. I am picking the Patriots. Dominant over the Steelers, and Tom Brady and Bill Belichick. Dominant over the Steelers in their career. Eagles, Rams. The score prediction. 39-27, high scoring game. Eagles, Rams. I am taking the Rams in this one. 35-17. And the Saints, Panthers on Monday. I'm taking the Saints. 24-10. Those are your Week 15 picks. Thank you so long for watching the NFL pregame show on Boston Sports Network. Well, we're going to get you out to Minnesota after this. You're watching the NFL on Boston Sports Network.
Cups and sweaty bodies everywhere, hands in the air like we don't care, 'cause we came to have so much fun now. Got somebody here, might be the one now.
If you're not ready to go home, can I get a hell no? 'Cause we're gonna go all night till we see the sunlight, alright.
So la-da-dee-da-dee, we like to party, dancing you and me, doing whatever we want. And this is our house, and this is our rules, and we can't stop, and we won't stop. Can't you see it's we who own the night?
Can't you see it's we who about that life?
And we can't stop, and we won't stop. We run things don't run. We
don't take nothing from nobody.
Yeah, yeah.
Ooh, ooh,
yeah.
So my homegirls just tryna live it up, shaking it like they can't get enough. Remember, only God can judge us. Forget the haters, 'cause somebody loves you.
Memories made till the night's through, surrounded by the ones who love you. We all so turned up here, getting turned up, yeah.
So la-da-dee-da-dee, we like to party, dancing you and me, doing whatever we want. This is our house, this is our rules,
and we can't stop, and we won't stop. Can't you see it's we who own the night?
Can't you see it's we who about that life?
And we can't stop, and we won't stop. We run things don't run. We don't take nothing from nobody. Yeah, yeah. It's our party, we can do what we want to. It's our house, we can love who we want to.
It's our song, we can sing if we want to. It's my mouth, I can say what I want to.
And we can't stop, and we won't stop.
Can't you see it's we who own the night? Can't you see it's we who about that life?
And we can't stop, and we won't stop. We run things don't run. We don't take nothing from nobody. Yeah, it's our party, we can do what we want to. It's our house, we can love what we want to.
Can't you see it's we who own the night? Can't you see it's we who about that life?
It's our song, we can sing if we want to. It's my mouth, I can say what I want
We
to.
run things don't run. We
'Cause we can't stop.
Welcome you to this unfortunate playoff between the wild card seed Centra in both conferences between the Miami Dolphins and the Minnesota Vikings. Miami coming off a walk-off win a week ago from New England against New England, and Minnesota 6-1 holds the 6th seed in the NFC playoff. Speaking of the playoff, let's take a look at it. Now, Falcons in your wild card. So big implications for both sides. Bigger implications for Minnesota and the total playoff. Long shot one that was right inside. Four football team. Let's take a look at Do Project Smarter, presented by the Home Depot. So Do Project Smarter, presented by the Home Depot. The Dolphins pressure Cousins and fill the gaps on runs. That's exactly what Miami did last week against New England. They ended up beating New England. They got filled the gap with Kiko Alonso, very good on the run, but they also have to get pressure on Cousins, because once you get pressure on Cousins gets scared and does not know where to go with the football. The Vikings, don't forget about Dalvin Cook. They have been throwing the ball a lot this year, going back the 30th in the run game this year. Hopefully, so if they get Dalvin Cook going today, it should be an explosive win for Minnesota. That was Do Project Smarter, presented by the Home Depot. When we come back, it's game time from Minnesota. It's the Minnesota Vikings and the Miami Dolphins on Boston Sports Network. We'll be back right after this.
books of old, the legends and the myths, Achilles and his gold, Hercules and his gifts, Spider-Man's control, and Batman with his fists. And clearly I don't see myself up on the list. She said, where you wanna go, how much you wanna risk. I'm not looking for somebody with some superhuman gifts, some superhero, some fairy tale bliss. Just something I can turn to, somebody I can kiss. I want something just like this. Oh, 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 oh. Oh, oh, I want something just like this. Oh, 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 oh. I want something just like this. Oh, 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 I want something just like this. Oh, oh. Been reading books of old, the legends and the myths, the testaments they told, the moon and its eclipse, and Superman unrolls a suit before he lives. But I'm not the kind of person that it fits. She said, where you wanna go, how much you wanna risk. I'm not looking for somebody with some superhuman gifts, some superhero, some fairy tale bliss. Just something I can turn to, somebody I can miss. I want something just like this. Oh, oh. I want something just like this. Oh, oh. She said, where you wanna go, how much you wanna risk. I'm not looking for somebody with some superhuman gifts, some superhero, some fairy tale bliss. Just something I can turn to, somebody I can kiss. I want something just like this.
There's always me. You got a fast car, I want a ticket to anywhere. Maybe we can make a deal. Maybe together we can get somewhere. Any place is better. Starting from zero, got nothing to lose. And maybe we'll make something. And me, myself, I got nothing to prove.
You got a fast car, I got a plan to get us out of here, and we're gonna at the convenience store. Then it saves a little bit of money, you won't have to drive too far. Just cross the border and into the city. You and I can both get jobs, finally see what it means to be living.
We're ready to start. We're ready to get things going here in Minnesota between the Dolphins and the Minnesota Vikings. It should indeed be a good one here today. Here we go. It's a playoff implications in the wild card in Week 15. Minnesota fans praying to get in, and they must. It's a must win for them. Miami, if anyone any shot, must win this one. And as we are underway in Minnesota, we'll take it from his end zone at the 1 yard deep, and he'll get it out to the 24-yard line before being tripped up by the Miami defense. On the return, here comes Kirk Cousins. He has 16 turnovers this year, tied for the most in the NFL with Sam Darnold. Adam Thielen, who has been a monster player this season, who was probably one of the best wide receivers in the league here for Minnesota. As they line up under center, they'll hand it off to the running back, Dalvin Cook, up the middle, up to the 29-yard line. So 2nd and 4. Let's take a look at this Vikings offense. Adam Thielen, Riley Rafe, Tom Compton, Pat Eflin, Mike Remis, Brian O'Neill, Kyle Rudolph, Stephon Diggs, Kirk Cousins, Dalvin Cook, and CJ Ham. It's 2nd and 4. Cousins under center again with Dalvin Cook in the backfield with 2 receivers to the right and a tight end to the left. As they put Diggs in motion, as they will play action to double play action, they'll get it out to Cook. Dalvin Cook on the screen. He's still going down the sideline for a Minnesota first down. 27 yards, screen completion. So they're going to have 2 tight ends on the left, 2 receivers. Going to put Diggs in motion. They're going to find Cook on the screen. So a double play action to set up the screen down the field. Perfect blocking by Minnesota. Down at the 44-yard line. 43-yard line of Minnesota. Same formation except the wide receiver split. So it's one on each side. As they'll hand off to Murray. Murray for about 6 or 7. At the 36-yard line. 2nd down. And 4 on a 6-yard run. Under center again. They're going to put Diggs in motion this time. They're going to play action again. Looking for Diggs in the screen. He's covered well. Fires downfield. He has Thielen on the sideline on a comeback route. And a first down. On that play, they were looking for Diggs on a screen. So Diggs came across the middle. Diggs came across on a motion. They were trying to set up the screen, but the linebacker didn't bite. Soft coverage on the outside. Thielen able to come back and make a great play. Playing a little bit too soft on Thielen early in this one. So it'll be 1st down and 10. So they're kind of rolling out to his right, Kirk Cousins on that play. There's a flag. It was an ineligible man downfield on Minnesota. So it's coming back. So it's going to be 2nd down. It'll be 1st down and 10. 2nd and 9, they're at the market. There's Dalvin Cook outside. He cuts back to the 26-yard line. Cut back. What a cut back. We talked about it in the open. Don't forget about Dalvin Cook. They're going to bring the double team on the right tackle, and he just see you later. That double team, that right tackle, pushing him away, and the cut back against the cornerback gets him free. And a good tackle by Miami to stop him from getting to the house. They're at the 16-yard line. Similar formation. They're going to put Kyle Rudolph in motion this time, about 3 on one side. They're going to hand it off to Murray for a couple, about 3. A run to the right, hitting the 3 hole. 2nd down. We're just under 12 minutes to play in this first quarter. Here we go. We're going to take the snap. They're going to play action. Rolls right as Cousins. Cousins firing towards the end zone. He has Diggs. Touchdown, Minnesota. As Minnesota just drives down the field for 6. 6 plays, 76 yards, 320. Let's look at his route. He's going to run a little corner route, playing a zone coverage. Usually when in the zone coverage, they'll hand off receivers. A little miscommunication there, it looked like, or there wasn't enough time. as they hit the soft coverage of Diggs. And the extra point is good. So an early score for Minnesota. Cousins to Diggs. 7-0. Minnesota. We'll be back after this.
See, my old man's got a problem. Live with a bottle, that's the way it is. He says body's too old for working. His body's too young to look like his. My mom went off and left him. She wanted more from life than he could give. I said somebody's got to take care of him. So I quit school, that's what I did.
You got a fast car. We could fly away. We gotta make a decision. Leave tonight or live and die this way.
So I remember we were driving in your car. Speed so fast, felt like I was drunk. City lights lay out before us, and your arm felt nice wrapped around my shoulder. And I had a feeling that I belonged. And I had a feeling I could be someone, be someone, be someone.
You got a fast car. We go cruise and entertain ourselves. Still ain't got a job. I work at the market as a checkout girl. I know things will get better. You'll find work and I'll get promoted. We'll move out of the shelter, buy a bigger house and live in the suburbs.
So I remember we were driving in your car. Speed so fast, felt like I was drunk. City lights lay out before us, and your arm felt nice wrapped around my shoulder. And I had a feeling that I belonged. And I had a feeling I could be someone, be someone.
A 6-play, 76-yard drive for the Vikings. 3 minutes, 20 seconds, and they scored the first touchdown of this affair. 7-0 Vikings early here. 11:40 to go, and an absolutely masterful job by the Vikings coaching staff. Very good scripting. Running the ball very well with Delvin Cook on that first drive and passing it decently as well. Getting chunk plays and a kickoff from Bailey will be taken in the end zone. Let's see if they'll return it, and they will return it with Drake. And he'll bring it out only to the 18-yard line before being brought down by Vikings defenders. So let's take a look at that touchdown pass. So they're gonna run it. They're gonna play action. Right, you're gonna play action, and then you're gonna roll right. And then he gets behind the defenders on the corner route on a zone coverage and just got lost in the defensive coverage. Starting at the 18 is Miami. Under center. Take the snap. He's going to play action to Drake. He's going to look out for the pass to Danny Amendola. Sicky, never mind. That's wrong. Sicky. Gesicki is his name. Sorry, it's a screen pass to Gesicki for the first down. So a play action, screen pass out to the right, and there's open space. So Dolphins get a first down in their first offensive play of the game. 1st and 10 from the 32-yard line. Same formation, going to put Gesicki in motion. Takes a snap. They're going to hand it off to the running back up to the 35. I believe that's Drake. So the 3-yard pickup. Ryan Tannehill had a great week last week against second most pass yards and tied for the most touchdowns in a game in career. So last week, against New England. So he tied for the second most pass yards in his career. He had a right ankle injury a week ago in New England, facing New England. This will be on a shotgun. The first play out of shotgun by either team today. The running back on his right takes a snap. They're going to hand it off to Gore. And Gore's going to lose 2 yards, running into his own man and then letting the defensive pressure get there. Filling the gaps well is that defensive line. Let's take a look. They're going to bring the blitz on the 2-hole, and number 55 pushes the offensive lineman into the running back. So when you can get that penetration at the line, those things will happen. It's 3rd and 9 after the 2-yard loss from Drake from the 34-yard line of Miami. Crowd is loud at US Bank Stadium. Takes a snap. Pressure from the outside edge. He's going to have time to fire. And it's incomplete, looking for Danny Amendola. Good pass coverage, and the rush was getting there. Alexander, number 20 on the pass rush. That'll be 4th down. The pass rush coming on the edge. Had to get rid of it eventually, and hits him in the hand. He kind of gets poked out defensively. Kind of swatting it away. No chance for Amendola. Great play by Alexander. A little contact, but not really anything. The punt will be shagged at the 20. And he'll have it. He's getting outside. He's outside past the 40 out to the 41-yard line, and a pretty good return out to the 40 to the Vikings' own 41. Sherrills on the return. Miami leads. The Minnesota leads 7-0.
You got a fast car, I got a job, pays all our bills. You stay out drinking late at the bar, see more of your friends than you do of your kids. I'd always hope for better, thought maybe together you and me fine. And I got no plans, I ain't going nowhere, so take your fast car and keep on driving. So I remember we were driving in your car. Speed so fast, I felt like I was drunk. Said it last night, I before. Seen it, I felt nice wrapped around my shoulder. And I had a feeling that I belonged. And I had a feeling I could be someone, be someone, be someone. You got a fast car. Is it fast enough so you can fly away? You gotta make a decision. Leave tonight, live and die this way.
Hey, I'm Daniel. And I'm Alejandro from Boyce Avenue.
We welcome you back to Minnesota in the cold, frigid weather of December. But we are luckily inside the dome of US Bank Stadium in Minneapolis, so we're at 68 degrees inside. Inside the dome. We welcome you back to today's coverage of the NFL on Boston Sports Network. Everything Boston, everything NFL. We got you covered. Speaking of Boston, the New England Patriots and the Pittsburgh Steelers face off later today on CBS. 1st and 10 for Minnesota from their own 41. So they have great starting field position after the good return by Minnesota. 9:20 to go in the first. Puts running back to the other side. It's Dalvin Cook. They're going to play action. They're heading off to Dalvin Cook, who gets about 4 yards on the handoff up the gut. So 2017, they had a lot of run. 47.5% of their of their plays were run plays. It's fifth in the NFL. This year it's only 33%, and which is the second lowest in the NFL. Second down and 10 from the 44. And there's a flag on the play, but the play will go. It's going to be offside. He's going to fire deep to Thielen, who could not make the catch. So let the play go. It's going to be an offside in the defense. And as I was right, it's an offsides defense with a free 5. It's a free 5 yards, and it's going to be first down still on the offsides on the nose tackle. Walt Coleman's crew, 7th fewest penalties by all 17 crew in the NFL. 8:42. It's 2nd and 1 after the 5-yard penalty. From the 49-yard line. He's going to sneak it himself, and Cousins has enough to get the first down. They will move the chains for Kirk Cousins and the Minnesota Vikings. Just a simple sneak up the middle. Up the middle, and just, good blocking. It's another little wedge there. The line will just wedge, and it really just makes a kind of a triangle almost. Just a little bit of space for the quarterback to get through. And it's good blocking up front. So they'll move the change to the 48-yard line of Miami. Thielen in motion, comes in close. They're going to hand it off to Dalvin Cook. Cook for the first down. Jumping over defenders. Up the middle for a first down. Another first down for Minnesota. So they're going to run to the 2-hole. Right up the 3-hole. Up the middle, actually in the 5-hole, I should say. The 5-hole. As they kind of cut back into the 5-hole. First and 10 as Dalvin Cook will come off for a rest. Already 60 rush yards for Minnesota in this first quarter. To put Diggs in motion. They're going to play action. Pressure. Kirk Cousins fires out to number 17, who wasn't Diggs who went in motion, was 17 who went in motion for a couple. Robinson for about 2 or 3. They try to fire him on the outside for a little, dump off pass. Pressure from the outside from 94 on that defensive front. And he got his hand on his shoulder, but Kirk Cousins able to turn away from the pressure and for actually a 4-yard pickup. 2nd and 6. Kirk Cousins 3 for 3, 44 yards and a touchdown. At the 34-yard line. In the shotgun formation for Cousins. He takes a snap. 2nd and 6. Pressure. He has Rudolph. Rudolph, their other tight end. Never mind. 83 as he got leveled out of bounds. So just delivers a strike, and he just got Jones on the big hit to the tight end. So the Colkin. 1st and 10. So Colkin, the tight end, will come out of the game after the hit. 1st and 10. From the 14-yard line. Thielen in motion to the right. They'll hand it off to Cook. Cook bouncing outside. Cook has an edge. He will get to the end zone for the touchdown. Cook got the edge, and goodbye. The edge to the left side, and the Vikings score the first 13 unanswered. Bobby McCain took a poor angle to the play as he just cuts outside. McCain took a bad angle, couldn't catch up, and he just walked into the end zone for 6. Cook's first rushing touchdown of the year. The extra point from Bailey is good. You cannot stop this Minnesota offense in the first quarter as Dalvin Cook scores 14-0. Minnesota on top of Miami.
Pick up the pieces and build a Lego house. If things go wrong, we can knock it down. 3 words have 2 meanings. There's one thing on my mind. It's so for you. And it's stuck in a cold December, but I got you to keep me warm. If you're broken, I will mend you, and I'll keep you sheltered from the storm that's raging on. I'm out of touch, I'm out of love, but I'll pick you up when you're getting down. And out of all these things I've done, I think I love you better now. I'm out of sight, I'm out of mind, but I'll do it all for you in time. And out of all these things I've done, I think I love you better now. Oh. I'm gonna paint you by numbers and color you in. If things go right, we can frame it. I'll put you on a wall. And it's so hard to say it, but I've been it before. So I'll surrender up my heart and swap it for yours. I'm out of touch, I'm out of love, I'll pick you up when you're getting down. And out of all these things I've done, I think I love you better now. I'm out of sight, I'm out of mind, I'll do it all for you.
We're back in Minnesota, as we are only one of 3 NFL games in the 1 o'clock windows who have a score, and we are the only NFL games who have at least 2 scores in the early window. It's 14-0. Here it is a low-scoring first quarter across the National Football League, but here we got a 14-0 Minnesota advantage. 6:21 to go here in the first. Minnesota getting ready to kick off for the second time today. Miami looking to return, as they had 2 drives, and both of those drives have had 1 drive today, and that drive stalled out, and they're already down 14-0. As this one will be taken as a knee and brought out to the 25-yard line. So for the Walter Payton Man of the Year awards for Miami, Kenny Stills, wide receiver, and Kyle Rudolph, tight end for the Vikings. When it was announced at the NFL Honors on February 4th, on the night before Super Bowl 53. So as I mentioned before, one of the only 3 games in the NFL that has points, and this is the only game in the NFL that has at least 2 scores. So 1st and 10 from the 25. Here's Tannehill under center. Gonna put number 10 Stills in motion a little bit. They're gonna play action. They're gonna look outside and looking for Stills. But Stills fell to the ground and tripped himself up at 2nd down and 10 on the incompletion. Jordan, and a game break, guys. Bears up 7-0. Jordan the touchdown. Up the middle. 7-0 Bears on top of Green Bay. 2nd and 10 from the 25. This time they're going to hand it off to 21. Gore for a pickup of a yard. 3rd and 9. Handing on the tackle. Hand it off. They're gonna looking for some. He's very patient with Gore, and he just couldn't find any holes, so we kind of settled in one and took his losses. 3rd and 9 from the 26. Best third down defense in the NFL and the Vikings. It's 3rd down and 9. Pressure has to move right. It's caught at the 49. There's a flag on the field. Looks like it's going to be illegal touching because looks like he went out of bounds before he caught the football and came back in and touched the football. And that's why the official's hat is off. It is. So Bryce Butler, number 14, called on that. So it's a loss. It's only a loss of down. So it makes it 4th down. Comes out. Yep. He's out of bounds. And he's the first one to come back in bounds and touch it. So 4th down and 9, and they'll have to punt for the second time today. So a 3 and out for Miami. Forces Miami to punt again for the second time today. And away's the punt. Taken at the 23. Brought it out to the 29. Still got a couple about an 8-yard return, 7-8-yard return for Minnesota. We're back after this, 14-0. Vikings.
Don't hold me down. I think the braces are breaking, and it's more than I can take. It's stuck in a cold December, but I got you to keep me warm. If you're broken, now I'm injured, and I'll keep you sheltered from the storm that's raging on. I'm out of touch, I'm out of love, but I'll pick you up when you're getting down. And out of all these things I've done, I think I love you better now. I'm out of sight, I'm out of mind, but I'll do it all for you inside. And out of all these things I've done, I think I love you better now. I'm out of touch, I'm out of love, I'll pick you up when you're getting down. And out of all these things I've done, I will love you better now. I'm out of touch,
We're back in Minnesota, where Minnesota does have the advantage of 14-0. Could make it 21-0. Let's take a little bit of time for game analysis. As we talked in our open, Minnesota must run the football with Dalvin Cook, and that's what they've been doing to open up the gate. And that allows for more deep shots and stuff like that from Kirk Cousins down the field, which opens the play action game up a little bit more for the Minnesota. And that's where they've been lacking all season long, not having that. And Miami just completely confused at this point. Can't sustain a drive, and the defense is letting it just confused when it comes to the run game because they haven't ran all year, and that's not what they prepared for. So you can tell that the Vikings are a much more prepared team. It's not that the Miami Dolphins are being outplayed defensively. They are offensively, but they're not getting outplayed defensively. They're being outcoached defensively. Being outcoached on the opposite offense for the Vikings. So, here in Minnesota, from the 29-yard line, or the 30, they're going to start their marking with a 30. Two receivers to the left, one receiver to the right, and then running back in the backfield. Murray is in the backfield, not Dalvin Cook. It's Murray. He's going to take the snap and he's going to step back. He's going to look for Diggs. Stephon Diggs, first down, Minnesota. So he's gonna run a little bit. He's gonna run the little comeback, not much, just a little stick route, and just a good catch, turning his body around. Third handoff to Murray, and Murray goes nowhere. Break one, McMillan on the tackle. It's 2nd and 10. He ran to the outside. The linebacker got off his block, ripped up through, and made the tackle. Good job with the linebacker there. 2nd and 10. From the 47. Takes a snap. Going to hand it off to Murray, who gets his way for about 5. It's 3rd down and 5. So a 5-yard run from Cook sets up a 3rd down and medium. This is the biggest play is one of the biggest plays for Miami defense all game. They don't stop them here. They could most likely be in field goal range. From the 49. Takes a snap. 3rd and 5. Gonna fire outside. He has Diggs. 1st down on a 7-yard completion to Stephon Diggs on the out, and that's good enough for a Vikings 1st down. Needed 5, got 7. Game break, Tennessee. Henry scores the touchdown. It's 7-0 Tennessee. No, it's not. It's Henry. It's LeGarrette Blount. 7-0 Minnesota. Tennessee on top in that one. It's 1st and 10 from the 41. It's 3 minutes to go in the 1st. Takes a snap on a play action. Cousins stands in. He's going to look to throw. He's got Thielen. Marks a 1st down near the sideline. And the Vikings offense and Kirk Cousins on fire. And this week they changed their offensive coordinator. They made a change at that possession of who's calling plays. And it works out very well. Just sets him up at the 28-yard line with Adam Thielen, his 2nd catch of the day. He didn't have to get 2 feet there because he had the knee and the shoulder and the arm. So at the 27, gonna hand it off outside to Cook. Murray for about 4, shaking and baking for about 4 yards. It's 2nd and 6. From the 23-yard line. Puts Thielen in motion, bringing him close to the line. They're going to play action. They're going to roll right with Cousins. Cousins looking for Rudolph and missed him. 3rd and 6, but a flag is down. And it looks like it might be against the defense on a pass interference call. So holding the 29 defense prior to the pass call. It's going to be it was a Stephon Diggs, and just wrapping up Stephon Diggs on the comeback route, because that's where it looks like that was who he was looking for on the play. Was trying to hit Diggs, but with the coverage he overthrew him. 1st and 10 after the 5-yard penalty at the 18. Pull back in for Minnesota. As he'll hand it off, leading the way is the fullback. And there goes Calvin Murray. Outside! Touchdown! Minnesota! The Vikings offense is re-improved. Leading the way is the fullback. And he just cut outside. The fullback got the seal block on that side to keep it open. That fullback made all the difference. And then it was Cook. It was Calvin Murray all by himself with a stiff arm there. And just all by himself. McMillan could not catch up. Dan Bailey to make it 21-0. Minnesota here in the first. Look at that play. Just athleticism by Calvin Murray. 21-0. Minnesota.
Well, you done me and you bet I felt it. I tried to be chill, but you're so hot that I melted. I fell right through the cracks. Now I'm trying to get back. Before the cool done run out, I'll be giving it my best. This ain't nothing gonna stop me but divine intervention. I reckon it's again my turn to win some more, learn some, but I won't hesitate no more, no more. It cannot wait. I'm yours. Hey, hey. Well, open up your mind and see like me. Open up your plans and damn, you're free. Look into your heart and you'll find love, 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 and love. Listen to the music of the moment, people dance and sing. We're just one big family. It's our God intended.
We're back here. Minnesota as the kickoff is back in the end zone. 21-0. Minnesota on top of Miami. And so Miami needs a score here. If they don't score here, it could be 28-0 before you know it in the first half. And they need a drive, and they need a good drive, and they need to be able to sustain a drive, which they have not been able to do so far in this first quarter, as they've been out-coached completely. First and 10 from the 25. So first and 10 from the 25 of Miami. It's the first play of the drive. 7 plays for Miami, 19 plays for Minnesota, 16 yards from Miami, 202 yards from Minnesota, and about a 7-minute time possession difference. Takes a snap and it hands it off to Gore for about 2 up the middle. Second down and 7. 8. Second and 8 from the 27-yard line. Put Dan Amendola in motion. Take a snap. Handing off to Gore. Gore breaking free for Miami's first down up the middle. Anthony Barr the tackle. First and 10, and Gore is injured. Frank Gore injured. We'll be back after this.
It's right to be loved, love, 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 love. So I won't hesitate no more, no more. It cannot wait. I'm sure there's no need to hold okay. Our time is short. This is our fate. I'm yours. Do you want to come on in? Scooch on over closer, dear. Come here. Whoa.
Here's Bolden. Bolden looking outside, and Bolden's gonna end the first quarter. So we're back earlier than we thought. So they were gonna. It's a little fake. Bolden was looking to throw. Bolden just stepped up and started to run. So we had the first down. Is that's gonna end the first quarter in Minneapolis? It's a 21-0 Viking advantage, and we'll be back after this. 29-0 Minnesota.
I've been spending way too long checking my tongue in the mirror and bending over backward just to try to see it clearer. But my breath fogged up the glass, so I drew a new face and I laughed. I guess what I've been saying is there ain't no better reason to rid yourself of vanities and just go with the seasons. It's what we aim to do. Our name is our virtue, but I won't hesitate no more, no more. It cannot wait. I'm yours. Open up your mind, see like me. Open up your plan, damn, you're free. Look into your heart and you'll find it. The sky is yours. So please don't, please don't, please don't. There's no need to complicate, 'cause our time is short. This is our fate. I'm yours. Oh, oh, I will always be yours. Lying in my bed, I hear the clock tick and think of you.
We're back. So we're back in Minneapolis, Minnesota. We've got a one-sided affair. So Miami will take over, has about the 49 yards, their own 49 and a 1st and 10. Hand it off to Balaj. On a 3-yard run. So we have an report. Evan Washburn from CBS is reporting that Frank Gore has a leg injury. Not sure where in the leg, but he is being taken to the locker room on a cart, guys. Not good for Frank Gore. At the 48-yard line of Minnesota, their first play in Minnesota territory today. Miami takes a snap. We're going to play action. Pressure from the outside. And down goes Tannehill. Down to the 45. And a loss of 7 on the sack. So we're going to play action. And the rusher on the edge in the 55, the linebacker cannot, and the running back cannot is just too weak to handle him. I still get the sack. Miami Dolphins 21-point differential in the first quarter. That's a tie for the worst in team history, and they've been around for a long time. But 3rd and 14. Play clock down to 1 as they get the snap off. 97th, bring the rush. Can't have to step up. They find his running back Drake out of the backfield, who's going to step out of bounds short of the first down marker. That'll be 4th down. See exactly where they spot it because they have to mark exactly where he went out of bounds. 4th and 3. So they're going to bring on the punting unit. They're going to punt from Minnesota territory at the 44-yard line. And back is number 35 for Minnesota. So Miami's 3rd punt of the day is on its way. And we'll see how good of a kick this one is, as it will be angled, bounces into the end zone for a touchback. 12:45 to go in the second. 21-0. Minnesota.
Confusion is nothing new. Flashback, warm nights, almost left behind. Suitcase of memories, time after.
Sometimes you picture me, I'm walking too far ahead. You're calling to me, I can't hear what you've said.
Then you say, go slow, I fall behind. The second hand unwinds.
If you're lost, you can look and you will find me. Time after time. If you fall, I will catch you, I'll be waiting. Time after time.
After my picture fades and darkness has turned to gray, watching through windows, you're wondering if I'm okay. Secrets stolen from deep inside. The drum beats out of time. If you're lost, you can look and you will find me. Time after time. If you fall, I will catch you, I'll be waiting. Time after time. You said, go slow, I fall behind. The second hand unwind. If you're lost, you can look and you will find me.
We're back at US Bank Stadium here in Minneapolis. 21-0 Minnesota advantage to start. As we are 12, just under 13 minutes to go in the third. Starting in the first and the second, starting from the 20-yard line is Minnesota. Kirk Cousins takes a snap. He finds Thielen. Thielen for about 4. Trying to make something happen only against 4. Let's look at that offense from Minnesota. Just finding little things to make that makes all the difference. The runs outside, the runs inside, the play actions, just a different diversity. And 2nd and 5, Kirk Cousins is hurried and must get the ball away. It's going to be 3rd and 5. So the pressure right away, right up the gut from Miami. So 19 plays in that first quarter. 12 of them were indeed running plays from that Miami from that Vikings offense that have been so versatile this game, not this season, but this game. It's 3rd and 5 from the 24. They take a snap. Standing is Cousins. Cousins steps up. Cousins going to take off with it. Cousins going to be short, only a 3-yard pickup. That'll be short of the first down marker. But there's a flag. Let's see who this one's against. Miami cannot afford this to be against them. Let's see what Walt Coleman says. Some legal contact on 31 the defense. Cordell Armstrong, who's a 5-yard penalty, and I would have let it go. So 1st and 10 after the penalty. Get the ball from the 30 from the 34, the 33, excuse me. They're going to hand it off to Cook, who gets out at the 39-yard line. Okay, let's see. Game break. Buccaneers. He gets a touchdown. It's great. It's 6-0 as they miss the extra point, but 6-0 Buccaneers on top of the Ravens. 2nd and 4 on the 6-yard pickup for Cook. Cook in the game now. They're in shotgun. They're going to hand it off to him in the shotgun. He'll be about a yard shy, it looks like, of the first down, depending on the shot of the spot. Yep, they're marking about a yard shy. It'll be 3rd down and 1. As they ran out the middle out of the shotgun formation. Under 11 minutes to play in the 3rd. As we're all just under 4 minutes in. Kirk Cousins 8 for 9, 106 yards, a touchdown, and a touchdown. 3rd and 1 from the 43. So they're going to hand off to Cook. Murray keeps the legs going and gains about 5 or 6 to get the first down on a 3rd and 1. First and 10. Empty backfield for Cousins. Play clocked on the 1. Takes a snap. Screen to Diggs. Diggs outside. Diggs for about 12 to 13 in another Minnesota first down. First and 10. Takes a snap. Going to hand it off to Cook. Cook getting free. Down to the 22, 23-yard line, but a flag comes in from the secondary. I was holding on offense number 79, so that one's come back. It's still a first down, but it was a spot foul on Compton. Let's take a look. Let's take a look. 79. They called it a hold down. I don't think it's a holding either. Dan Fouts does not agree with me either. Thanks, Dan, for backing up my case. Second, it's going to be first down. That backs them up 10 yards in the spot. So the clock now restarts, and we're about to hit the 9-minute mark for the first half. First and 20. So they brought it back. 10. And Cousins' throw was too high for Diggs, who on the outside ran a little stick route. And it's second down and 20. So, inside U.S. Bank Stadium, sold out crowd today. It's second down, it's 20 from the 48-yard line of Minnesota. Play clock down to 5, 3. He'll get the snap off and hand it off to Cook. Cook moving the football to the 42 of Miami. It's third down. Coming up later today on the NFL, Pittsburgh, New England. That's the game of the week. It's on CBS. And then later tonight on NBC, it's Sunday Night Football. Eagles and Rams. From the 42-yard line. And the flag. And it's a 5-yard false start penalty. It's third and 15, so they kept on getting backed up on penalties on this drive. And it's looking Miami out. It's a third and 15. And it's picked off. Intercepted. Fitzpatrick for the pick six. On the screen pass. Fitzpatrick on the screen. Reads it perfectly, intercepts it. So Diggs on the screen. Fitzpatrick reads it absolutely perfect, and that one is, and he was gone. Dan Faust predicted it, and the extra point is good. 21-7. Miami gets their first points of the game on defense. Wow. That's all I have to say. Wow. We'll be back after this.
Can't count the times I almost said what's on my mind, but I didn't. Just the other day, I wrote down all the things I'd say, but I couldn't. I just couldn't. Baby, I know that you've been wondering. Oh, so here goes nothing. In case you didn't know, baby, I'm crazy about you. And I would be lying if I said that I could live this life without you. Even though I don't tell you all the time, you had my heart a long, long time ago. in case you didn't know. The way you look tonight, that second glass of wine, that did it. There was something about that kiss, girl.
We welcome you back to Minnesota as curling is happening in local arenas, according to this. So, curling in Minnesota. New episode, God Friended Me, tonight after 60 minutes. Only on CBS. As we welcome you back to Minneapolis. It's 21-7 after the pick six from Fitzpatrick. And it's only the second kickoff of the day for Miami. As they did have one in the opening kickoff. We're about halfway through the second quarter. Here in the second quarter, as the kick is away. And it will be through the back of the end zone for a touchback. And out to the 25. They allowed this is the fourth defensive touchdown this season. So week 6, week 8, week 11 against the Bears, and week 14 against the Seahawks, and then today was their 5th. 5 defensive touchdowns allowed this season, so the most in the NFL by any team this season. 17th turnover of the season, most in the NFL. First and 10 from the 25. They're going to hand it off to Cook, who spins away from a loss of a negative yard from a negative 1 yard to a positive 0 yards, if that makes sense. So second down and 10. Come on, Thielen. I need Thielen for my fantasy team to start getting some touchdowns. It's 21-7. Second and 10. Cousins stands in. He has Rudolph for about 4. Third and 6. What's that statement? 8th in the AFC, tied second wild card if they win. One of 5 teams within one game, and New England clinches division with a win plus Miami loss. Minnesota 6th in the NFC. 7 teams within 1.5 games back, and Chicago clinches with division with a win or Minnesota loss. So it's 3rd and 5. That's what's at stake here in the NFL. Stake in this game. 3rd and 5 from the 30. Cousins takes a snap. Cousins under pressure. Cousins looking. Cousins firing incomplete. Spence put the pressure on for Miami. Baker, not Spice, and Baker on the pressure. The 4th and 5, and Minnesota will punt for the first time today, actually. Amendola back deep to return for New England. Miami brings the pressure on the punt, but it will get away. And waits and will take it at the 22, returns past the 30 out to the 32. To the 30, not 32, 30. 21-7, Miami getting the ball back. We'll be back after this.
Did me in, got me thinking. Oh.